It's so good to have you with me today on Paint a Beautiful Picture. This is episode number 222. I hate your guts. Depending on where you live and how your family has interacted through the decades, those may not be words anyone is allowed to say. But let me tell you, elementary school kids and middle school kids, even some high school kids, still if they're a little immature, they use this language. Most parents, if they have adult children and they're honest, will tell you they've heard those words before for sure out of their kids' mouths. Certainly, most step parents have heard those words. Uh, I think that there are just times in our world when we're going to hear those words. Let me give you great hope. We talk about two sides of a coin. Just like the person who is very patient can also be very slow and drive you a little crazy because they're so calm. People who have a lot of energy and they can make you a little nuts because they're so go, 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 and they get a lot done. They can also be really challenging to be around and exhausting. So every single thing has two sides. Well, you have to have a strong sense of really loving someone before you can absolutely hate their guts. So when someone has strong loving feelings toward a person, they can have strong hate feelings if certain things go down. That is actually a sign of a lot of emotional investment in a relationship when someone says, I hate your gut. Often, when elementary school kids get in a fight with their best friend, they will have this I hate your guts thing going on for a day or two. And I'm never going to be your friend again. And I'm not going to play with you anymore. And don't call me and don't come to my house. And you're never going to spend the night with me again. And they just go through all this. They're really, really upset. Their emotions are tied negatively into something that happened or something that didn't happen, and it brought out a lot of emotion in them. And the emotion they think they know or that they can relate to is hatred. I hate your guts. What we want to do is try to help our children understand. And I don't deny that sometimes we actually do feel hatred. There's no sense in denying what we are feeling. It's not like it's going to make it go away. So you can say, well, I understand that today you really hate Maria's guts because of what happened. But don't throw away a really great relationship, a good friendship over an incident. Now, if this is a particularly awful behavior and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and they hit their end point, that's another thing. And you say to them, I can't blame you for how angry you are and how you feel. And perhaps it is a good choice to end this relationship, but you don't need to end it badly. There are better ways to handle this. Okay. Between siblings, these words certainly can get spoken. And you need to say to them, I know how really angry and hurt you are right now. I get that. And you feel like you just hate your sister's guts. Not that I blame you over what she did, but you have to also learn how to come to resolution of conflict. And that's what we're going to be doing here. I'm not asking you to deny your emotions. I'm asking you to handle your emotions. And as we've talked about many times, each of us is responsible for getting a hold of our emotional state. I can be as angry as I want at you, but I can't cuss you up one side, down the other, insult you to the max, or beat on you. Those are not appropriate behaviors. So I can have all the emotion I want, but there are certain behaviors that just aren't going to be allowed. And that's equally true when there's a conflict where someone really feels like, I hate your guts right now, and I don't want to be by you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I'm trying to handle myself. And when that happens, you need to give that person a certain amount of space and time in which to handle the severity or extremity of their emotional state. Let them hack it. It's okay. So, the message you need to help them understand is this. Sometimes when we really love someone, we might feel hatred toward them when they really hurt us or they really anger us. There is nothing abnormal about that. But you cannot continue in hatred and in anger. You have to seek resolution for this. Okay, whether that means that you sit down and you have a discussion and they apologize to you and you get past it, or whether that means you're going to break off the relationship, but you're going to do that in a good way, not in a negative way. Listen, this is not the first time this has happened. This has happened many times, and I do not choose to be treated like this, so I will not be your friend any longer. It's probably more likely to happen with a teenager or a young adult, but some children even can handle that understanding that this constant behavior within the context of this relationship isn't working and I'm not going to keep doing this anymore. I'm going to talk to you for just a minute between spouses, because sometimes we really do come to a place where we really hate what they're doing or things they have done, and it gets us to a point where we're really bitter and angry. It's not a state we need to live in. I believe in the deal with stuff every single day as it goes on. And sometimes when it goes on for years, I confess to you, it's very challenging to continue to deal with it on a daily basis and say, look, you really hurt me. This really angered me. And for them to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and you to extend grace and forgiveness. Yeah, I confess, it can really wear us out. We need to understand that love always has a cost. Hate has a big cost too, but we're going to talk about love a minute. It has a cost. It costs us something to love someone and care about something, because people do hurt us, even if it's completely by accident, much less when they choose to behave in a certain way that intentionally keeps on hurting us. But hatred hurts us the most. As I say, it's like us drinking the poison, waiting for that guy to die. It's not how it works. Hatred brings out so many negative hormones and responses within the body, and all of them can kill us. Maybe not in a day, but certainly over time. Hatred is not an emotion in which we can afford to live long term. We need to find ways to resolve conflict and get past much of the negative emotion. And when something is over, when you really let a relationship go, you have to learn how to accept that's where I am now and live in this day, and don't keep reliving all the junky things they did over and over and over again in your own mind. That's you hurting yourself. They aren't there anymore to do it. Now you are doing it to yourself. So don't. That was a lot of ground in a very short period of time and not very in depth, and I acknowledge that to you. But as you know, I've been extremely sick and I'm saving my voice, so these episodes are short. If you need more, send me an email, leave me a comment, ask me a question. We'll go into it some more. Thank you so much for being with me today on Paint a Beautiful Picture. You may find additional information on our paintabeautifulpicture.com website. Additionally, you may watch me on Rumble, and you may also listen to a podcast on Buzzsprout or Spreaker, all under the name Paint a Beautiful Picture. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You may subscribe, and if you are interested in receiving notifications, please hit the notifications button.